Hello, my name is Medias Rodriguez, and in this video we're going to go through the development environment setup for Patrol 2-bit Scheduler 2.0. Some of the software going to be installed are going to be XAMPP, which is going to serve as the web server, Apache web server, and also comes with the MySQL database. And we're also going to install Composer, which is a PHP package manager that we're going to need. Okay, so we go to Google and we do a search for XAMPP. It should be the first result. We click on it, and we're gonna download the version 7.3.12. If it's not here, just click on download, and it should be somewhere here. The reason for that is because the application is based off PHP version 7.3. So this is the version that we want to install. Go ahead and download that. Give it a couple of seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and install it. Let's click run. Yes. Okay, click OK on the warning. So we're gonna go through the setup. Next, leave all the settings as default. Also leave the default folder. I'm going to rename the folder because I already installed it and it's gonna give me an error. So I'm just gonna put +1 here. But you shouldn't do this. Just leave it as this. All right. Okay, next. Okay, let's go back here. Next. Now that's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna pause and come back later. Okay, so the installation is done. Here I'm gonna click no. Finished. Alright, so now we're gonna install a Composer. So same thing, we go to Google, we do a search for Composer, should be the first result, or getcomposer.org. Download it. I'm gonna download the executable file. Run. Yes. Next. So here is gonna select the location of your XAMPP installation. Remember, it was c/XAMPP. In my case, I changed the name of the file, but that's the old one. Just leave it as is. That's where PHP is installed on XAMPP. Just leave it like that. Next, no proxy. PHP version 7.3, that's the one that XAMPP came with, the one that we want. And just click install. I'm not going to install it because I already have Composer installed, but just click install and it should finish the installation successfully. Okay, so now we have installed XAMPP and we have installed Composer. So now I'm going to show you where to actually place the source code for the for the application. Remember, we installed XAMPP under the C drive, which is where I'm at right now. So you go into XAMPP folder, and then you're gonna go into htdocs, right? And here's where you're gonna place the source code. In this case, I have it right here on the Patrol 2-bit scheduler. We open that up. This is the file structure of the project. So let's go ahead and fire XAMPP. It's gonna start Apache server and MySQL, right? So now if we go to the localhost on port 80, move this over here. There you go. So it's going to be localhost / the name of the file that you name it. And in my case is a troubleshoot scheduler right here. So this is going to give you the project structure, which is not what we want. We need to fix this where you're going to send you to the home page instead. So let's go ahead and do that. So to fix the issue, we need to edit 2 files. In other words, we need to create a virtual host, which is going to point to your project, right? So the first file we want to edit is going to be under XAMPP. So let's go back. XAMPP Apaches, and then you want to go to config, then extra, and then you want to look for the vhost right here, right? So you want to open that up with a text editor. In my case, I'm going to open it with Notepad++. So you want to scroll all the way down, and you want to add these lines from line 44 to line 53. So basically what it's doing is pointing localhost to the XAMPP htdocs folder. So whenever you go to localhost, it's going to display all your projects under this folder. And then we're going to create another host, which you're going to name the server whatever you want. In my case, I call it psps.me. If you name it, let's say psps.com, it's going to give you an error because for security reasons, a lot of browsers does not allow that. So stick with whatever you want to name it. Dash me, M-E. Right. So in this case, I'm pointing to the XAMPP logo folder, htdocs, and the name of the project /public. Right. This is what you want to follow. Okay. So once you have those lines, just like I have them right here, save it. Close that up, and now let's go ahead and edit the other file we need to modify. So the next file we need to modify, we want to open Notepad for that. Before you open it up, just right click it and run it as administrator, because we're gonna have to edit some system files. We need administrator permissions. Yes. The files, click open, and then I'm gonna go to local C file, Windows. We're gonna go to system 32, I believe. Yeah, where is it? Here. And then we're gonna look for drivers. There you go. Going to etc. As you can see, there's nothing here because it's only selected text files. So let's change that to all files, and you should see host. Right? Let's open host, and your host file may look different than mine. Just make sure you add these lines. Right? 127.0.0.1 and localhost next to it with a single space. Then just the way you see it. And then at the bottom, same thing, 127.0.0.1, and then the name of the server that you modified earlier on. In my case, I named it psps.me, but change this to whatever you used, right? So save it, close it, we're almost done. So open XAMPP, I'm gonna restart this, stop. Right. So now if we go to ps.me, it's gonna give you the project, which is what we want. It's gonna point you to the home page, gonna ask you for login, but we haven't set up the database yet. If we try to log in, it's gonna give you an error. It should give you an error if it's not using the old database. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't set up the database yet. So to do that, open up XAMPP under MySQL, just click admin. If it's the first time you're using XAMPP, the username is going to be root and password is going to be blank, no password. All right. In my case, give you an error because I already set up a password. So log in. I already have set up 3 different databases to test. So let's create a new one. Database name, PSPS, let's call it 4. All right. Create. So it's created. There's no tables there. Nothing. Okay, so now we need to point the application to this database. So to do that, I'm going to open Visual Studio Code, or you can use whatever editor you prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and open the folder. Remember, XAMPP, htdocs, where are you? Here. This is the folder. We're going to open the project, select folder, and here we go. So this is the file structure. The file we want to open is called env, environment. Right. So the environment is where you're going to place your variables for the environment that you're using. In this case, database is going to be 127, the local host, right? So the database name, I named it PSPS4, and password in your case is going to be blank, no password, but in my case I have 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right, so let's save that. So we go back to where? Here. It's not gonna log in as well because we haven't populated the database, right? So let's go back to here, and you're gonna open your terminal. In my case, I'm using Git Bash. You can use the default console you want to use. I'm using Git Bash, right? So first thing we need to do is migrate the database. Laravel uses migrations. In this case, we have, let me see if I can find them. Migrations. Database, for database. Here, migrations. So here are all the migrations for the databases, right? So if we type in the PHP artisan migrate, right? It's gonna migrate all the database to your to the database that we just created, just PSPS4, right? Let's go back, let's make sure that's what happened. I'll give it a refresh. Here you go, PSPS4, all the tables are created. So all the tables are created, but there is no data, there is no users in these tables. When I see that, go to users, it's empty, blank. We try to log in, it's gonna give you an error, no user, right? So for that, Laravel has what's called seeders, right? So seeders, it's gonna populate the database with some data. See it's down here. In this case, we have a user SCIS. So to do that, you're gonna type in the PHP artisan C, is it? No, I forgot. Let me go back to my cheat sheet. That's not it. Where are you? Oh, here you go. Okay. So PHP Artisan database column C, right? So he populated the database with rows, specialties, and the user tables. So we go back to the database. Users. So it has 5 different users: root user, admin, supervisor, officer, and just plain user. Let's try to log in with the admin account. So the admin account, the email is admin@admin.com, the root is root@root, so on, and the password is just password for all of them, right? So I'm gonna type in password, right? Log in, and we are logged in, right? Let's see what else. Okay, so I think that covers the installation and the setup procedure for the environment. In the next video, I'm gonna go over through some features here on the administrative panel. Right, thank you.